Hello everybody, welcome to quarantine workout number 31. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to Evan, owner of Adapt Clothing. It was a privilege sharing a space next to you all those years ago when I was at Urban Fitness, and you were just like the coolest neighbor. And when you made these hoodies after Kobe passed away, rest in peace, I knew that was the tribute item that I was gonna buy, because you have such a gift for creating things that are so understated, and also the fact that all the proceeds went to charity. That was a good one. So I just want to shout you out. You're a good dude and you make great stuff. So thank you, Evan, Adapt Clothing. Now let's get started with general warm-up. That was a little unusual, but this should be very, very familiar to you. So once you get through the general warm-up, we're gonna go 10 and 10. 10 and 10 tonight. We're gonna tee up instead of doing the push-ups. So you're gonna walk out, no push-up. You've done a few of those already so far this week. Tee up, back down, tee up, back down, and make sure you're putting some focus and stability into this. When you walk out, set your hands right under your shoulders. Open up, not from your arm, but from your body. So I'm not moving this arm, I'm moving this one. I'm turning my hips, bringing it up, and I want to draw breath in here. Then back down. Breathing in, then back down. Don't rush your way through this, all right? Make this 10 and 10. Well, 10 and 10. Make these 10 walkouts with the 2 tee-ups. Make that an important part of your warm-up. And you're going to do that by being stable, by moving with purpose, and by synchronizing your move with your breath. Use your body to draw breath in and push it back out. All right, breathe with purpose, move with purpose. Be stable from your toes to your fingertips. All right, after you finish that, you got your 10 corrective squats, and you should be in a really good place after those walkouts to put a little bit extra focus into those corrective squats. The way you're gonna do that: set your stance. Everybody's stance is going to be a little bit different. 4 distinct moves. Bend down. If you got to bend your knees a little bit to touch the ground, fine. I always like to go back of my hands, drop down, sit all the way into it. Shift your weight back to your heels. Lift up. It's going to be the same process when you address a weight. If you're getting under it to squat, you're going to have that same kind of adjustment. And if you're going down to deadlift, you're going to get that same. Set your weight back on your heels, engage the posterior chain, set your core so that you can keep yourself safe while you're lifting. All right? Okay, once you finish your warm-up, we're going to get into circuit number 1. We're going to go through this 5 times. You're going to start off on the floor with your backstroke roll. Remember, the key is using the foot to rotate the hip. So I've got the ball up. The same side leg is up, other leg is straight. I'm going to bring that arm back. That's why it's called the backstroke roll. I'm going to press down through the ground with my heel, turning my hip. When my hip turns, I keep my core stable, turns my shoulder. And I rotate past 90, or at least to 90. And then when I come back, I push with that foot. Notice, I did all my rotation before I move that leg. Then I bring the leg across easily. Right? What the biggest mistake I see people make is they push and then lift that leg too soon and fall back. And then they got to move that leg across. And that's not how you want to move. You want to leverage yourself over with purpose. Drive the leg, move with control, then bring the leg across to stop you, right? You shouldn't have that fall back, right? You don't want to come up, then back, then over, all right? Technically, yeah, I got into the right position, but that's not how you want to do it. Move with purpose. Be responsive. Remember, rigidity through the core is going to make you more responsive. This is not a power move, but these principles apply to power moves. So master them here with control in slow motion, and at the same time, get some great dynamic stabilization for your shoulder. All right, so you're going to go 15 of those. Then you're going to come up. You can do a similar move, the windmill, up overhead. Stance for the deadlift or the squat, really similar stance. Bend the knees, shift the hips back, rotate, bring it down, touch the ground, bring it back up. Lock into position. Remember, get all the way back in your neutral position. I like to glue my head to my arm here to create this triangle. It's more stable, right? Shift back with the hips, like you're sitting down. Rotates and back up with control, full range. Make sure you're touching the ground each time. And remember, you're gonna hinge from the hips here. It's not a squat, so don't bend your knees a bunch. The knees unlock, the hips shift back, the torso rotates, and you lean, and you should feel your hamstrings load up while you do this, just like you would on a deadlift. All right, from there, we're gonna go into the Russian slam. You may remember this from the other week. This one again, each one is actually 2 slams, right? So I'm gonna go 10 reps here. First rep, remember I set with the chest, I'm gonna reach up, I'm gonna drive down, slam, bring it across, that's 1, 2, and I can reset between each one. I don't wanna touch the ground from here, but then I can set my heels back down, gather the ball, reset again. So you slam down, then bring it across, slam, reset. That's 1 rep. You're gonna go for 10 reps. After the Russian slam, we're gonna go prone, med ball raise. So prone is face down, as you probably already know. So I'm gonna lay down, face down. I'm gonna extend the arms. I'm gonna lift my legs and the med ball with straight arms. Head is gonna be on the ground. That's gonna give me a little additional leverage. Right here like this. And that's a 20-pound med ball. That's a little on the heavy side for me, but still, I could really feel it, felt pretty good. For that one, we're gonna go prone med ball raise. So that's gonna be 10 reps on that one. After that, you got elbow strike abs times 20. You guys are gonna like this one. You hold the med ball between your knees. Lean back, and you can cross your legs for this. It's gonna give you a better grip. Fingertips touch behind the head. You drive up, and you strike the med ball. Drive the elbow through the med ball, but do it with your abs. Don't let the hand separate from the head right here. Keep it tight, drive through with the abs, and you're gonna bring the med ball in as you hit it. So it's not just the elbow hitting the ball, but they're driving together. So when I'm here, I'm bringing the ball in as I drive. Exhale on that. Exhale with each strike. Think like a boxer on this one. After the elbow strike abs, got the reverse Cobra. This is an interesting one, interesting yoga pose. So you're gonna be face down, arms at the side, palms down. If you're a swimmer, I like this because this is very similar to what you're gonna do on a flip turn, except your body is gonna bend the other way. So I'm pressing down against the ground this way, and I'm gonna lift my hips and legs off the ground. We're only gonna do 5 reps of this, and I want you to go slow. So you're gonna lay down, face down, press the hands into the ground, bring your legs up, bring your hips up, and then lift up as high as you can there. So the goal is bring the legs up, press in, squeeze, and shift your weight forward, lift your hips up as high as you can. It's not gonna be a lot of movement, but you will feel this. Make sure you're getting your hips up off the ground. Just a little bit, arching the back, bringing yourself up in that curved shape. All right, once you finish the reverse Cobra, you have a set of reverse crunches. So this now, we're gonna press into the ground the opposite way. So now we're pressing down this way. You're gonna bring the knees up and then rotate your hip to the side. Think about trying to touch your hip to your shoulder. So it's gonna look like this. And there you go, you're gonna go that for 20 reps. Have fun with that. All right, so I know circuit number 1 was a lot, and you're probably thinking, oh my God, we still have a whole nother circuit to do? Yes, you do. You got circuit number 2, but don't worry. Circuit number 2 is only 3 moves. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do single arm kettlebell swings, then we're gonna do hammer slams, and we're gonna finish up with max vert jump lunges. So the single arm swings, 20 reps here, switch at the top. Sometimes I like to spin the weight around. Sometimes I don't. That's up to you. But you go for 20 reps. Once you finish that, grab your med ball, hammer slams, alternating, 20 reps. Be savage. Be a little bit vicious on that. Then you got max Vert jump lunges. Remember, you're gonna throw your arms up on these. Only 10 here. When your feet leave the ground, think about relaxing your legs so you get that recoil in the legs as you do the switch. Here for 10. And so on and so forth until you hit 10 reps. Go through those 3 moves, 5 rounds, and you've done it.